What do you get when you combine a poorly constructed deck with a horrible starting hand and just flat out domination by your opponent? One of the biggest beatings you will ever take in a Yu-Gi-Oh game. That is exactly what this duel is. Hello people, I am Silverwolf20, and as you can probably hear, my voice is still not 100%, but I've decided to do this anyway. I have a duel here against dracoflame, the brother of Sir Renegade. I am using my silent swordsman's. I won't say what he's using yet because it hasn't really been revealed yet, but this was probably one of, if not the worst starting hands I've ever had in all of my years playing Yu-Gi-Oh! A literal starting hand of 6 magic cards when I have more monsters than spell and traps. It's like, fuck. But yeah, I wanted to get a few things off my chest first. There you go, finally get a monster and it's a cyber dragon, so eat this, you fuck. But yeah, I wanted to address a few things. For starters, Yuki, I thank you for doing the narration for our duel when I couldn't. You had a golden opportunity to just troll the fuck out of me, and I wouldn't have been able to do anything in response. But for some reason, you decided to take the high road. I don't understand that, but I do respect it, and I just lost my Cyber Dragon to Draco. Fuck. He's gonna try to slap me in the face with my own monster. I'm like, nuh-uh. You go in defense mode, bitch. But yeah, Yuki, for the simple fact that he decided not to troll the fuck out of me, he's a pretty stand-up guy. He really is. As some of you might know, with that video I decided to add annotations where I thought it was appropriate for the sake of, basically for the sake of giving my own little commentary to what he was saying and adding a few things of my own that I thought would have been kind of interesting for me to point out. One of which was who were a few Let's Players that I personally enjoy, because Yuki was talking for a majority of that video about Let's Playing and Let's Players in general, and how he thought he was not a very good one, and he thought for some reason that I am a good Let's Player. So, in that video, I listed 2 Let's Players that I enjoy. I'll just briefly go over that again now while I'm getting my monsters thrown back in my face. Losing that damn Cyber Dragon was heartbreaking for me. It literally wound up being probably the only card, or the only monster that I got for the entire duel, pretty much. But, well, only monster that I could actually summon anyway. But yeah, as I was saying, I listed Let's Players that I enjoyed, one of whom was Renegade 67. Renegade is known somewhat for his blind Let's Plays, particularly the Phoenix Wright series that he's doing so far. He did a blind playthrough of the first game, and he's in the middle of doing a blind LP of the second game in a competition with a few other blind Let's Players to see who can get through the game the fastest. And while I won't claim to know what exactly the rules are, because he never really made it clear, or what the win conditions were, I still enjoy that series. He did a damn good job of the second half of Case 2. I was surprised. He goes all the way down to 1 HP to absolutely dominating the case. I'm like, what? How the fuck does that work? But, oh well. He's also currently doing a blind LP. Well, no, not blind. He's played it before, but he's doing an LP of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Now, I have mixed feelings about Path of Radiance. You know, parts of it I enjoy, parts of it I didn't. I'll get into that in another video, but what I love about his Path of Radiance playthrough is how in detail he goes into about the game, like how all the random number generator works, the stats and all that, what he thinks about each character as they come up. I can definitely respect the work that he puts into it. My only real problem is that as a result of that, the videos become insanely long. But that's something you can overlook because honestly, the high quality is very much appreciated, and I'm pretty sure that anyone would be able to overlook a little bit of a long video just to get quality information fed to them. So I give him a pass on that. The other Let's Player that I said I enjoyed was Over the Gun. He is probably the funniest playthrough person on YouTube, in my opinion. Like, there is literally not a playthrough of his that I've watched where I have not just laughed my ass off at several points. Case in point, his Metal Gear Solid 1 playthrough. He gets into the room with the gas. First thing he does is shoot a remote-controlled missile towards the door's entrance. You know, the opposite direction of where he was supposed to fire it. He realizes this. He turns the missile around. He makes it hit him, and he gets knocked back onto the electrical floor and dies. I was laughing for like 15 minutes straight. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. But even still, he's just a very enjoyable person to watch. Like, he really hasn't done that many bad games per se. And yeah, he is a really enjoyable person. Now, I finally get a second monster that I can actually summon, but it's too little too late, honestly. Because I'm basically fucked at this point. There's nothing I can do because of my royal decree. I can't use my solemn. So I just put the monster down and basically accept the fact that I lose. And he is actually going to make a weird play here. He's just going to attack with the weakest monster first, which actually allows me to survive one of the heavy hitters. And he loses a meager 100 life points. But he is now going to basically slap the shit out of me and win the game. And here I show him my hand, and I'm like, what was I supposed to do with this, considering my royal decree was down, which screwed over my solemn judgment? and the only two monsters in my hand were literally silent swordsmen that I could not summon. And it's just like, are you serious? The worst starting hand ever. But a loss is a loss, and he played his cards well. So I had a rematch with him, but we'll go into that later. I am Silver. I'll see you guys later, and take care. Bye.